we know the world's attention is turned to the war in Iran and to a little area on the south of Iran, the Strait of Hormuz, where the Iranians are now blocking the flow of oil. They're one of the biggest producers of oil. Much of the world's oil and many goods go through that narrow strait, and they put mines there. They're guarding it, and the world's attention is turned to the Strait of Hormuz. Also, the Jewish world's attention is turned to the month of Nissan, because in the month of Nissan, we are primed for redemption. B'Nisan nigalu u'v'Nisan asidin ligal. So the question is there any connection between the Strait of Hormuz and the redemption of the Jewish people? Or does it have any significance at all? And you could search through Sifrei Kodesh, and you'll be hard-pressed to find any Jewish connection between the Strait of Hormuz and Jewish history or Jewish destiny. Actually, some historians say that the strait was named after Ifra Hormuz, the mother of Queen Shipor. Ifra Hormuz. However, one of the great Magidei Shurim in the world today, Rabbi Baruch Rosenblum, discovered a very amazing Maramakim that I'm going to show you right now from a commentary on Yeshaya. The name of the commentary is Kli Puz, written about 500 years ago by Reb Shmuel Laniado. And he's explicating the pasuk in Yeshaya, Perek Lamed Dalid, pasuk Vav. Cherev Lashem, the sword of God, Mala Dam, full of blood. Hudashna Mechelev. It's Hudashna. It's full of, it's a lashon of deshen, Hudashna. It's fattened with fat. Midam Karim va'atudim Mechelev Kilyos Elim. What happened? What is this festival? Ki Zevach Lashem Bevatzra. There is a slaughtering of God in Batzra. Now, Batzra is usually considered the capital of the land of Edom. V'tevach Gadol, and a great devastation. Be'eretz Edom, in the land of Edom. So, we usually interpret Batzra as the capital of Edom. However, in the Sefer Klipaz of Rav Shmuel Laniado, he has quite an amazing interpretation of Batzra. Says Rav Shmuel Laniado, Ki zevach Hashem beBatzra, Medina yesh. There is a country, Rachik mi Bavel, far from Babylon. Shma Batzra, v'hi ben gvul Ashur uParas. It's between the boundary of Ashur and Persia, between Assyria and Persia. Uvein gevul Eretz Edom. Hormuz. It's called Hormuz. V'hi hayoim tachas memshas hayishmaelim. Today it is controlled by the Ishmaelites. Ubaruch hayoidea amitasam shel dvarim. Blessed is he who knows the secret of the matter. Ulai yia derech sham hamelchama ba'achros hayomim. Perhaps there in Hormuz will be the war at the end of days. And in describing this war, the Navi Yeshaya says, "V'yardu re'emim imam." Great beasts will descend. Ufarim, bulls, imabirim. What are these re'emim? Rashi says, "Re'emim imam melachim sheltainim." These are the mighty empires. They're called atudim, parim. So, according to the Navi, in the final war, which will take place in Hormuz, there will be an assault coming down from the skies. From what? Cows will fall down? No. The mighty empires of the world will assault Hormuz. This is what we're seeing in our time. However, Rav Shmuel Laniado himself says, "V'yardu loymar she'afal pi sheyu gavoyim kegoy v'areimim." These are giant projectiles, the size of mighty animals. Hine beridatam yardu v'yishbalu haraimim abam imam uve'ezrasam. And the Navi continues, Ki yoim nakam Lashem, that will be a day of vengeance for God. Shnas shilumim, a year of recompense, l'riv tzion, to fight on behalf of Eretz Yisrael and Yerushalayim. Or as the Metzudas David interprets, Bishana Hahi, in that year, Yeshalim Gemula Ha'umais, Hashem will take vengeance on the nations, repay the nations, Ba'avoriv Tzion, because of the strife of Tzion, that Tzion cries out to Hashem to bring justice to her oppressors. So here we are, according to Rav Shmuel Laniado, 500 years later, we see with our own eyes that indeed there are great happenings in this area of the world that the Navi calls Batzra, and this Perush identifies Batzra as the land of Hormuz, which 500 years ago was not a known entity, and today all eyes on the world are on it, and he even predicts, Ulai, Yeh Derech Sham HaMelchama Ba'achras Hayamim. Maybe! Now, there's a difference between Ulai and Pen. Pen is maybe not. Ulai is hopefully yes. So we hope that this war and this great happening predicted by the Navi thousands of years earlier, clarified by this commentary 500 years ago, we hope that we're seeing it with our own eyes. And of course, ultimately, it's up to the Jewish people to follow in the ways of our forefathers who followed HaKadosh Baruch Hu into the Midbar and had faith in Hashem and performed the mitzvahs of Karban Pesach and Milah, and they maintained the traditions of their forefathers. And we hope Kimei Tzeischa Me'eretz Mitzrayim during this time of the year. And just like B'Tesvav B'Nisan Nigalu, B'Tesvav B'Nisan Asidin Ligal. The Chafetz Chaim says that when the month of Nisan comes, in your mind it should be literally 50-50, the Geulah is happening. That is what Reb Schwab asked the Chafetz Chaim. We're supposed to always anticipate the coming of Mashiach. So what's special about the month of Nisan? And the Chafetz Chaim said, in Nisan, it should be Safek HaShakal, literally 50-50, that this is it. So we hope that what we're seeing with our own eyes is fulfillment of Ki Zevach Lashem Bebatzra, and that we see Ki Yoim Nakam Lashem Shnas Shilumim L'Riv Tzion. Everyone's invited to join us tonight at 8:30 for an amazing topic that we never spoke about. Can you bring the Karban Pesach today? Hopefully it will only be academic, because Be'ezus Hashem, we hope that this will be Zevach Hashem Bebatzra, and we will be able to bring the Karban Pesach this year, even if you follow Rabbi Kiva Eger, that ordinarily you wouldn't be able to if there isn't a Beis HaMikdash. But as we'll see, there are Achroinim that say maybe even today you could be Makra of the Karban Pesach. Have a great day, everyone. Shkayach.
Amen.